might be July, but we are already thinking about November as our country is getting closer to Election Day. And as we get closer, the political divide between us, it seems to grow stronger. It can be a challenge to navigate how to live in our politically divided country. So we have brought in the expert to help us handle this. We have Dr. Tania Israel, who is a professor of psychology at the University of California, Santa Barbara, here to help us out. Thank you for coming in.
I'm so happy to be here.
It's a rough time. These last 4 or 5 months. It's
Indeed.
Really heightened.
It's not going to get better.
It's not going to get any better. How do you even begin to try to rectify what's happening in the country and our political divide?
People are feeling so distressed right now about politics, and some of what we can do is to just reduce some of that polarizing input. Sometimes we're just watching too much news. You don't have to know everything every minute. You can tune in occasionally rather than tuning out occasionally. Same thing with social media, and just recognize that we have some distorted perspectives and try to correct those. People are not as different from us as we think they are.
Yeah, that's true. You can find some sort of common ground with just about everyone. You wrote a new book. It's out next month. It's called Facing the Fracture: How to Navigate the Challenges of Living in a Divided Nation. What made you want to write this right now?
So I wrote a book called Beyond Your Bubble, which is about how to have dialogue across political lines. And that came out 4 years ago, and very helpful to some people, and others said, well, I don't want to have dialogue, but I'm still kind of losing it.
Yeah.
What do you got for me? And so with all the distress and disempowerment people are feeling, I thought, there are some things that I can offer that are going to help people find their way to a better place with that.
Yeah, you said there are some real dangers as we lead up to November, and I was kind of surprised by what you had said that danger is. What is it for people who maybe don't know?
Well, one of the things I'm really concerned about is how many people are disengaging from our democratic process, that they're not registering, they're not voting, and honestly, some of the reason that they're checking out is because of the vitriol that they're hearing from both sides and the animosity that they're hearing from either side. So it's one of the reasons that I want us to turn down that polarization a little bit so that we can bring more people back into the process.
What are the biggest challenges of a political conversation when you're having someone, you're on different sides of the aisle?
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of challenges.
Absolutely.
What's the biggest, maybe?
Well, we just saw a debate on TV.
Yes.
And people think that's what they're supposed to be doing, is debating. But really, dialogue should be about creating a warm connection where you're trying to understand the other person. Because whether you're trying to maintain a relationship or find common ground or even persuade someone, the best thing that you can do is to try to understand them.
Are you ever at a dinner party and it turns political? You're just like, okay, everyone, best behavior, best behavior. Because you're afraid it's going to turn into a debate situation.
Sure, absolutely. And it often does. And what I typically do when somebody, is spouting something is I try to find out a little bit more about what's underneath that. Like, how did you come to believe that? Like, what's your path to the point where you are, rather than just debating about facts and shouting slogans at each other.
Yeah, so it's not, as you said, the danger is disengagement. So it's not, I'm just going to avoid this. You don't want people to do that, right? To just tune out politics.
I think that we can not pay as much attention to it as we are. I think it's important to stay informed, but people who are watching the most TV actually have the most distorted perceptions of people on the other side of the divide.
You gave an incredible TEDx, also in this vein, right? It was how to win a political argument. Are you hoping people are doing that right now, that they go into social situations and they want to come out the winner, or are you hoping that we can find that common ground?
Everybody's looking to be a winner, and spoiler alert for that talk, which you've already seen, but it's that winning a political argument is not about getting the best of somebody else. It's about making a connection.
Yeah. So many good nuggets we can take away. More in the book, I assume?
Absolutely. The book's got all of that and so much more that's going to help people on a path to maintaining their sanity during this election season.
We need it now. Can it come out in July? It comes out next month. Thank you for being here, Dr. Israel. You can check out her new book, Facing the Fracture: How to Navigate the Challenges of Living in a Divided Nation. It comes out in August. We'll have a couple months before the election with it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Coming up, meanwhile,